Hey, how you guys doing? That's gonna be a pretty short video. What I've noticed about people in general, we really don't want any real type of serious topics being discussed. Because when I created this video here, I noticed the response on this video. I noticed the lack of comments and everything. But you will figure that a video that's actually dropping this type of information would actually have some type of feedback going on. It don't have to have a high viewership, but the feedback, because this is really, really powerful information we can all use. However, when I contrast that video by the video I actually produced about Section 8 cuts, which I really appreciate everyone's participation, you got a much different viewership. Now I understand the emotions involved in that. Believe me, I do. However, aren't you as serious and as actually emotional attached to your health as you are to Section 8 and other programs being cut? I would figure the answer would be yes. So it leads me to believe that we're really not serious about certain topics. We just want to really talk about it, but then the topics that we feel are too big for us to handle or to actually internalize, we leave it alone. Now, I don't really want to mess with that. But here it is now. These stats I'm about to show you right now, these are not my stats. These came from the CDC. And as you can see, the number one cause of death in America is heart disease. Now, like I said, when you look at the number one cause of death in America, it's heart disease, followed by cancer, followed by chronic lower respiratory disease, which, according to the information, is what it says: irreversible chronic bronchitis and emphysema, irreversible asthma. Okay? Then you have right below that, also, you have stroke, which is stroke really is a blockage in the blood vessels. What caused the blockage? Alzheimer's below that, diabetes, of course, sugar and diabetes go hand in hand. Influenza and pneumonia. Then you have the one right below it. And then you have intentional self-harm, suicide. But you don't see murders on here. I know we focus solely on murders, rightfully so. But murders is not even on the top 10. Do you understand what I'm saying? Murder is not even on the top 10. Suicide beats out murder. Suicide beats out murder. And what we're seeing now, especially a lot of you guys seeing out here on these different social medias, because people send me the videos about these young kids committing suicide on social media. So the stats have to be correct. But we don't focus on these serious topics: diabetes, Alzheimer's, strokes, accidents. Well, accident is an accident, not much you can do about that. Chronic lower respiratory disease. These stuff are all preventable. I mean, except the accidents and maybe the Alzheimer's, maybe. But it all depends what you eat, because I know certain diets, permit actually helps you get Alzheimer's a lot quicker. But I'm not going to go into that now. Cancers also. In that same video, when I actually laid out a lot of stuff in there to showing you the links between different stuff, I show you how cancer is so high today. I show you. And heart disease, well, that's avoidable. It really is. But the way we eat nowadays is just, it has become unavoidable. I remember this lady, I didn't even know she even existed. I was doing some research for something else, and I stumbled across her on a news article. She was a big lady here on YouTube who used to cook. And I'm not saying she was big and fat. I'm saying that she had a big viewership, a subscriber base, I believe. And she used to cook. I don't remember her name, but she was an African American lady. And she passed away from heart disease, some type of heart failure. Again, when I took a look at some of the videos, I could say, yeah, I can see how. Not making fun at all. I'm just saying I can see how when I look at some of the videos of what she was cooking with, what she was eating. I'm like, oh yeah, I see how. But these are serious issues. Why don't they garner the same type of attention as the other issues? Is the question I ask. Now I'm seeing people talking about the Black Panther movies that's coming out. And you're up in arms about that. And I'm laughing because I remember something like this not too long ago with the movie about Nina Simone, and they had I believe the lady name was Zoe Saldana. I probably butchered her last name. Zoe Saldana was playing the part, and a lot of African Americans are up in arms about it. I remember it a couple years back. But my thing is, did you produce any movie? No. Did you put forth the money to produce the movie? No. Did you pay anybody to write the script? No. So what are you talking about? You complaining about what somebody else is doing, but while you do nothing. Just like the homeless person. For instance, let's say you invite a homeless person into your home, and the first thing they do, you know what, man? You shouldn't have put the kitchen over there, man. In fact, your kitchen is a little bit too small, man. What I would have done, man, I would have put it over here. You know, your bedrooms are too small. Instead of it being 14 by 16 feet, I would have made it 20 by 20. And your bathroom is just too small, man. And these tiles, man, you should have put down wood. But you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, dude. You homeless. I know, man, I know. But you see, what I would have done was different. I'd have done it different. But how can you do anything different when you are homeless? But I'm just saying, you know, the carpet, I mean, you have these tiles, man, I ought to put wood. And the kitchen is a bit too small. And the garage, I mean, the garage is only big enough to fit barely one car. And again, you're saying, but dude, you are homeless. You don't have no place to talk. And that's my mindset when it comes to these movies. Are you bringing forth any money to produce any movie on that caliber? No. You hiring any actors to perform in a movie? No. Are you doing the screenwrite? No. The sound? No. Are you even scoping for the location for the movie? No. You're doing the costumes and makeup? No. All you're doing is reacting to what someone else is doing, but you guys have the unmitigated gall to call somebody else reactionary. I see the hypocrisy every day. See, but that's the type of stuff you want to talk about. Get your attention going that direction. You complain about what somebody else is doing while you sit there and do nothing. While the heart disease and the cancer continue to consume many people's lives every day. These diseases don't play favorites. They don't care about your so-called race or your religious belief, your financial status, how old you are, how powerful you believe you are, how popular you are. They don't care. Heart disease don't stop and ask you, hey man, what's your status like? Cancer don't give a damn what you believe in. Chronic lower respiratory disease, damn sure don't care. Strokes don't care. Alzheimer's and diabetes, they don't care. But you won't give this any serious attention. But you argue amongst yourselves with stuff you cannot control. You can control what you consume in your body to the best of your ability. You can't control what somebody's going to do in a movie. You can't control it. You ain't bringing nothing to the table. Nor can you criticize the actors that actually act in the movie because you ain't bringing nothing to the table. Nothing. But you're quick to call them sellouts though. But you bring absolutely nothing but your mouth to the table. And you wonder why we are not taken seriously. Again, I don't want to make this video long, but I'm just looking at the stark contrast and the hypocrisy that I see on a daily basis. And we wonder why we're in an infinite loop of ignorance, continuously chasing our own tails, believing all the while we are making progress, not knowing that we're still at the same point we started off from. Although we've been marching for a long time, we've been walking well over 40, 50 years. Sound like the biblical story, walking in the wilderness, right? Walking around in circles until someone else drop off. Matter of fact, that's a great analogy. Walking around in the wilderness 40 years until some must drop out, some must die out, some must die out, and then we're going to take the younger ones to the promised land, if you want to say. We will take the younger ones who are not afraid to actually act. They might get it wrong along the way, but at least they're acting. While many of us are sitting here talking. And before I close this video out, I'm going back to health again. Because I know a lot of people have told me, and I've asked, because I speak to a lot of people, well, I'm fairly healthy except for the fact I have high blood pressure. That's the only thing I have is high blood pressure. So I'm thinking to myself, they must not really know what high blood pressure is. You see, I'm gonna tell you how one factor, because there's many factors can go into high blood pressure, but one I know for sure is salt. And anybody who have high blood pressure, I don't have it, but I know I have some family members that do. They always tell you to watch your salt intake, your sodium intake. You ever ask the question why? I know some of you don't ask the question, but let me tell you why. Because your body can only dissipate so much salt per day. So what does it do with the excess salt? Good question. The body dumps it into the blood. By it dumping it into the blood, it makes the blood thicker. So which means the heart has to actually pump harder to get the blood to where it needs to go. Which in turn, you're damaging the heart. You're making the heart work too hard. Which can lead to hardening of the arteries, stroke, kidney disease, and you can even develop heart failure, because after a while you keep overworking any type of organ or any muscle for that fact, you create a problem. So what happens is after a while you have weakened valves in your heart. Your heart don't beat the way it's supposed to beat. So eventually you have to put some type of pacemaker or a defibrillator or something like that inside of you to help your heart maintain a nice steady flow. But see, you just think it's high blood pressure. No. It's more serious than you believe. I'm going to read from the WebMD right now. What causes high blood pressure? Blood pressure is a measurement of the force of blood pushing against the blood vessel walls. The heart pumps blood into the arteries, blood vessels which carry blood throughout the body. High blood pressure, also called hypertension, is dangerous because it makes the heart work harder to pump blood out to the body and contributes to hardening of the arteries, like I just told you, sclerosis, I know I butchered that word, to stroke, kidney disease, and the development of heart failure. But let's look at this other word real quick here. Osteoporosis, or osteoclerosis, I'm sorry. I know I probably butchered it, but hey, I do apologize. Now, what that is it's a heart disease. It says it hardened the arteries, and narrowing of the arteries silently and slowly blocks arteries, putting blood flow at risk. Let me emphasize, and silently. It's not gonna announce it. Hey y'all, we're gonna block these arteries. Okay, it's gonna do it silently. Hence the silent epidemics in the video I was talking about. It's the usual cause of heart attacks, strokes, vascular disease, what some people call cardiovascular disease. And it says, hold on, but it says, get this. I'm gonna read this last little piece real quick. You can do your own research on the topic. This deadly process is preventable and treatable. Let's focus on the preventable. You don't want to talk about that. What is it caused by? It's caused by high blood pressure, smoking, or high cholesterol. Because I have a lot of people tell me, I have high cholesterol. As if that's a good thing. That damage leads to the formation of plaque. Well, of course, if you know you have high cholesterol, you got some other problems. And also, fellas, I must say, if you have high cholesterol, You might be at 6 o'clock if you catch my drift. You might not be able to get your pencil to the type of I'll just put it this way: you'll be at 6 o'clock if you know what I'm talking about. Cool. You won't be at 9 o'clock or not even 12 o'clock. You'll be at 6 o'clock if you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave it at that. Keep it PG. Okay? Then you wonder why you have ED. Nevertheless, people just say I only have these things as if to downplay their importance, to downplay their severity. These things can kill you. And they have, because according to the CDC, again, it's not my website, heart disease is number one. That's all I gotta say. But I know what you're gonna focus on. I already know what you're gonna focus on. Until next time, man. Take care of yourself. Do the best you can do in this world. But always take care of yourself first and foremost.